cold.
Yeah.
Longest 3 minutes of our lives.
Go to the Antarctic in your underwear.
That's essentially what we did this morning.
Yeah. Now think about that.
Yeah. It was so cold.
My experience was tougher than hers, though,
Yeah.
because you chilled it. Because you went first into a chamber that was already heated.
Yeah. My girl at the cryo house here in Lexington, they were like, who wants to go first? And he was like, I'll go first. I was like, yeah, you do it. And then the girl was like, Hayley, you want to go first? It's always colder for the second person. I was like,
yeah.
So I did it. It was awesome. You'll see the
was
segment and find out more about the cryo house and everything they have to offer. But we had a blast. But yeah, it was so cold.
And they got so many other things that they do now.
Yeah, they
when
have,
I first visited them last year, I think they only
they've
really
been open
just
just
had the
over a year
cryo
now.
chamber, but now they got all kinds of things. We'll tell you about it a little bit.
It's going to be awesome. But yeah, we've got a great day today. We had so much fun with our friends from Eckert's Boyd Orchard a few days ago.
You'll see that. And my old buddy Michael Crisp has a new book all about Kentucky trivia, and we'll test our knowledge. That's coming up in a bit.
If you don't beat me, I'm going to be shocked. Shocked. We're going to be playing against each other.
I don't know if it will or not. I mean, it could be rigged.
It could be rigged.
Yeah.
Or our brains aren't working from the freezing cold we had this
John
morning.
Higgins could be calling it.
Oh, wow, then I'll definitely win.
That's a joke, just in case attorneys are watching.
Really? LOL. Lols.
All right, let's do our hot topic.
Let's do it. We got a lot to get to this morning. Hi. It's
hello.
12:30.
Yeah, it is.
I can't, I'm telling you, my brain's frozen. You all right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix that.
Is that a rabbit in your pocket? Or?
It is.
Okay. Alrighty, let's get to this one. You've probably seen this.
That.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. You've probably seen this story floating around online. Poker player Den Bilzerian has started a controversy on Instagram over the Las Vegas shooting. You may have seen the video posted. He apparently was backstage during Jason Aldean's concert when the shooting began Sunday night in Vegas. As we all know now, 59 people killed, more than 500 injured. Well, he posted video. This is just a freeze frame of the video of himself running away from the scene, saying a woman beside him just got shot. He said he was going to get his gun and then come back. Well, apparently he's a gun enthusiast. He has several pictures and conversations he's been involved in on social media. Well, get this, Kentucky native and Medal of Honor recipient Dakota Meyer was none too pleased with his comments in that video. He posted on Instagram in response saying in part, please stop trying to be someone that you're not. People are dying. You're running away, not helping them, and pretending it's worthy of a video is disgusting, end quote.
I'll defer to Dakota on this one.
Right.
Since he's actually been in a situation where he had to endure gunfire and return fire, as opposed to this guy who, again, I'm sure he was traumatized by it, but yeah, it seems as if he's trying to elevate himself a bit.
Yeah.
So I'll defer to this guy who's got the Medal of Honor, you see, President Obama awarding him with.
Yeah, I mean, well-deserved. Dakota Meyer is an American hero, definitely, and again, from right here in the state of Kentucky. But yeah, this video, when it first came out, it was one of those shocking videos. We've seen so many, videos that were already rolling when the shooting happened, or people who started videoing once the shooting happened, and each video is just harder to watch than the last. But this one, yeah, I think a lot of people are upset because he said, I'm going to get my gun and then I'm going to come back. The only reasoning I can come up with, and I need to read more into it, is maybe he wasn't aware of how, I don't know what the situation exactly was at the time. Maybe he thought it was just someone on the ground and a fight had broken out or something. I don't know. But, yeah, just doesn't seem to be in the best of taste to be doing something like that. So.
By the way, Jason Aldean, he's not going to go back on the stage this weekend. He officially announced that his upcoming concerts, which he was going to have in L.A. and Anaheim and also San Diego, have been canceled out of respect for the victims. He's scheduled to perform in Louisville on October 20th. No word yet on the status of that show at this point. It would be tough to get back on that horse and ride that saddle, because that's after what he was watching.
He was on the stage, and in that last video you just saw there, yeah, he was in the middle of a song, and it even took him a second, I think, to realize before he ran off stage, captured on that video. Yeah, I can't imagine how he's ever going to be able to do
and we all, there's not a person alive who doesn't know, it's not your fault. You have no, but when you're trying to process this and you think these people were here to see me, they're enjoying my performance, and now they're no longer with us. There's got to be an inkling of responsibility. You would probably feel, it's not justified, but you would feel it.
You would, and I mean, he, like anyone else, he was a victim in this. He witnessed something horrifying. Everyone, I think this is a great move on him, not only to respect the victims, but probably for his own mental sanity, to process what happened.
I mean, because when you perform, you're supposed to bring enjoyment, and it's a lot of just sort of songs, a lot of those country music songs are about silliness. And
yeah, and you're
the
pumping
trivial
people
things
up
in
and
life.
having fun.
I don't know you feeling that right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the real emotion behind it, so I think this is good for him, to honor those victims. It's not exactly the time to get back up and sing about, the topics of country music. Yeah, and for him, too, he needs to heal. In his Facebook post that he also posted online, he just said, the feelings he felt was just fear, anger, and heartache. He said he's heartbroken over this.
But I would imagine at some point it's going to be cathartic for him because that's what you do, and you got to get back to normalcy at some point. So,
country star Jake Owen, who was also on the stage that night, he has already said, I'm going back on the stage. He said, I'm not going to live in fear like this. I don't know how soon, but so everybody's got different reactions, but we'll let you know if we hear anything about that Louisville concert. Probably a lot of our viewers have tickets to Jason Aldean's concert, so we'll let you know about that.
Well, Hugh Hefner's death certificate reveals that he suffered from a recent bout of E. coli and a severe blood infection. He passed away after going into cardiac arrest and suffering respiratory failure. Laid to rest over the weekend at the Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery, right next to Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, wow, I've not heard that, actually.
Oh, you hadn't heard that?
No, right next to Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, that's a bit of a controversy itself.
Okay.
Because he's made statements about how he wanted to lay with Marilyn in eternity. And a lot of folks weren't too happy about those statements,
Oh, wow.
So everything
Hefner, keeping it going, keeping the intrigue.
And I had heard all kinds of stories about the Playboy Mansion, sort of being a nasty kind of place anyway.
Well, who hasn't?
Where he's got E. coli,
you don't exactly
and you
think they're hosting, revivals there or something.
Well.
But E. coli?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't, in that, what do they call the little grotto area?
The grotto.
Yeah, the little
Talk about
a
disinfectant.
Jeez,
You need some Lysol.
Geez.
But anyway, so his death certificate came out. But E. coli, it's not what you expected to hear as far as a cause. But anyway, alrighty.
Okay.
This is the big story everybody here in Kentucky is talking about. An NCAA basketball referee is suing Kentucky Sports Radio.
Yeah, that's Matt Jones, of course, who we're talking about. According to Athletic.com, John Higgins is accusing KSR of creating conditions that led to the harassment of him and his family. Higgins says the threat came after he worked an NCAA tournament between Kentucky and North Carolina. You may remember that back in March.
Oh, yeah.
He's suing KSR, Matt Jones, Drew Franklin for allegedly spreading his personal and business information online and on their radio show. He's got Frank and Jesse James lined up there. Jones tweeted, the lawsuit has no merit and KSR will defend itself. Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Kentucky has lost several basketball games. Not several, but they've lost a few that were important to fans. Yet there was no reaction in many of those games. We all remember the Christian Laettner. There was no reaction about an official. I mean, we didn't like that pundit. He stomped the Minu Timberlake. We appreciate you throwing him out. But nonetheless. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, if you took the Kentucky-North Carolina game out, there was a game before and after that Mr. Higgins refereed that people weren't too happy about. What was the game, Kevin? Remember that? What was it? One after the guy, or was it before Higgins had? Listen, and I've spoken with the KSR folks. They didn't put the guy's address out.
They didn't. That's the thing. He's saying they said on their
Nobody
show
should have put his address out.
His address, his job.
It's just a game, people.
Yeah,
Leave the man alone. Nobody's saying you should have done. That's not the thing to do.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. But this is silly, in my opinion.
I think it's silly, too.
That's my opinion.
That's my opinion as well. I think so, yeah, because Matt Jones and Drew, obviously they're friends of ours here. And, they're saying...
They didn't create the conditions.
Put that on your transcript. Write that down. Oh, yeah, even I'll never forget that game last year. We all were like... Scream crying. Okie dokie. Our last hot topic today,
I will say this. I've never in my life, watching that game last year, done this. What are you doing? Oh! I've never had that reaction in my life. Watching.
I'm glad you did, though. So the reenactment was just as good.
Okay, sorry.
You guys okay? It seems like we put that issue to rest. We good now? We good? All righty, our last hot topic today. A Texas man bought a fully functional World War II tank overseas last year. Apparently, there was one for sale. Who knew? It is now temporarily parked outside of his multi-million-dollar home in Houston. The owner says it took a year for him to get it from overseas back to his home, but his neighbors aren't weren't too happy about it.
Yeah.
The Homeowners Association sent the guy a letter recently and says the tank impedes traffic and causes a safety issue. But he says, I'm not budging. He says they can ticket it, they can try to tow it.
Yeah.
But he said he's not moving it.
Try to tow it.
Until he darn well feels like it.
I think even Robert's towing may have an issue with it. You know, I'd like to be at that home association meeting. Okay, now it looks we've got the mums are in place and the fence is painted. All right, we got to move this tank.
Gosh. It's
Who's
fully
going to move
functional.
the tank?
Gosh, I don't know.
Something you don't normally hear in a
No.
homeowners association.
And really, it's not one of those where they're like, you move that flag out of your yard or we're going to do
Right.
it for you.
Well,
They're like,
that's
he's like,
right,
bring it on, honey. Come get the tank. Whatever.
Those are today's hot topics. I thought.
Oh,
There we go.
there she is. I was like, oh no, they played us. All right.